All right, court is calling 2022 CR 4501, State of Texas versus Samantha Lee Lopez. Can I have parties announced for the record? For the state,
Ashley Jones.
defense,
Amir Memorial.
and are you Miss Lopez?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with assault, family, choking, strangulation? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. This is to run concurrent with County Court Cause number 633165, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court would defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We respectfully ask the court to follow the agreement, Judge.
All right, why are you violent? What's going on with you?
At the time, I was not in a very good mental state. I was in an abusive relationship. Things just got out of hand.
Abusive relationship with who?
With the Stacy Reyes, ma'am.
All right, she said you tried to run her over in the police report, which you stipulated to this. She says that you ran her over with a car before. And according to this, she went out, she got promoted at work, she didn't come home, she decided to celebrate with whomever she decided to celebrate with, and then she's saying you choked her and beat her up. So again, what's wrong with you?
Ma'am, at the time, we have been together for 15 years before that, off and on relationship. We had a lot of issues.
So why don't you just leave?
I have-
After, according to this, after you ran her over with the vehicle, why didn't you leave? I'm
was
thinking
not
if
in a
you're in a
good-
relationship with somebody and it gets to the point where you're running them over with a vehicle, maybe that relationship should be over.
Yes, ma'am, I agree.
So why didn't you just leave?
I just wasn't in the strong enough headspace to leave. I felt like she was all that I had, and I wasn't in contact with family at all. So I stayed, and things just got worse.
All right, but according to this, you're the one who's beating her up, not the other way around.
I'm the only one that got the cops called on me.
Well, when she said you ran her over with the vehicle, she said she was dishonest with the police and said, I don't remember what happened.
But I'm just saying, I never called the police on her. I could have several times, but I chose not to. So there is no record of that, unfortunately.
So for this, when this happened, they don't mention that you have any scratches on you. It's just she's the one who got beat up and choked out. So,
Yes, ma'am. And
so
that night,
obviously you can choke her out because you did.
yes, ma'am. That night, she did also put her hands on me, but I'm stronger than she is. I wasn't harmed as badly as I harmed her.
No, it says here, there was an argument. She says you punched her several times in the face and choked her. And you choked her. They observed petechiae in her left eye from you choking her out. And that she pretended like she was just going to go outside to get some air, and you gave her her phone because you didn't think it could work, and her phone was broken.
Yes, ma'am.
So it
I'm-
appears you have an anger issue. So
Yes,
where is
ma'am.
your anger issue coming from, and why do you think that might makes right in relationship? Because that's what's happening here.
The anger was just stemming from all the past history of that relationship. I have worked on myself a lot since then. I'm not denying anything from that night. I know that I did wrong, and I have regretted it since then. Since that night, I never put my hands on her after that because I felt so badly about what I had done.
Are you all still together?
No, ma'am.
All right, because that relationship is over. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do y'all have any children together?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any property in your name?
Together?
her? Yes.
No, ma'am.
All right, so that relationship is over.
Yes.
Do you have any children?
No.
Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do? All right. So this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. And if you're doing sober support meetings with that DWI, I know sometimes they tell you as part of your rehabilitation, you have to apologize to people that you've done wrong. You're not allowed to apologize to her. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
No contact. There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Relationships are work. People think it's all bed of roses. It is not. Anybody who's been married for a long time, they will tell you it's work. You know, relationships and marriages are not the wedding. It's what comes after. So this is what you need to do. You need to go to one of these stores, get you an orchid. They are beautiful. They have beautiful flowers on it. Make sure you get one that has all the flowers on it and bring it home. And when those flowers fall off, if you're able to get that orchid to rebloom, then maybe you're ready for a relationship. And let me just tell you why I say that. Orchids takes patience. They take time. You get those instructions from the store and then people tell you, you're not supposed to put ice in orchids, right? But they give you instructions to do that. Orchids don't like to be moved around. Sometimes they're very finicky. They like the sunlight, then they don't like the sunlight. And if you are patient enough to get that orchid to rebloom, then maybe you'll be ready for a relationship. Because guess what? A relationship requires patience. It requires acceptance. And anytime you're thinking about throwing that orchid away, that's like with relationships. Anytime you think about putting your hands on somebody, maybe it's time for you to leave. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. In this court, communication is key. If there's an issue, you need to let your probation officer know. If you feel as though they're not addressing your issue, you can come to court. And if the complainant comes back to you because maybe she wants to rekindle things, you need to call the police because otherwise you're going to be violation of your probation if you visit her and if you allow her to live with you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe excuse us.
Yes. Thank you, counsel. All right, court is calling 2021 CR 8755, State of Texas versus Philip Kendall Harris. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Joseph, appellate for the defense.
And are you Mr. Harris?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Harris speaking.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sir.
Okay, so we're making a correction on the plea paperwork. We're changing the state's recommending deferred adjudication. We're not recommending community supervision.
That is correct, Your Honor. It is a correction to deferred as opposed to community supervision. Straight probation is a deferred adjudication rec by the state.
All right. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of injury to a child, bodily injury reckless?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
With your permission, yes, Your Honor.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may. With respect to this incident, the complaining witness and the child involved are no longer in contact. Mr. Harris is no longer in contact with them. The child is not related to him at all. He has no ties to this person whatsoever. Mr. Harris currently resides in Fulton County, Georgia, which is around Atlanta. He has no intentions of returning to Texas or anywhere near where Ms. Woods would be. So with respect to that, I think that the possibility of any future incidents occurring is slim to none. Mr. Harris also is self-employed. He does some DoorDash as well as the Uber Eats, but he's also raises dogs where he is in Atlanta. And with respect to that, we would respectfully request you to follow the plea bargain agreement and also permit transfer to Fulton County, Georgia.
All right, what dogs are you raising?
French Bulldog.
Why are you throwing a rock through somebody's window, like from the Andy Griffith show?
For the record show, I never threw a rock through the window. I wasn't there for that.
Oh, well, then sounds like you need a jury trial because they're saying that she accused you of cheating. She was going to leave with her 2 children in a vehicle, but you took off in the vehicle. And when you took off in the vehicle, she put the deadbolt on the apartment door. You knocked and you kicked on the door. She wouldn't let you in. The 1-year-old, who you're not the biological father of, was walking towards the window. And I'm assuming this is reckless because maybe you didn't know the 1-year-old was near the window. You threw a rock, the glass breaks, and the child ends up with glass underneath their eye and bleeding underneath their eye. So if you would like a jury trial, then you can have a jury trial. We'll have you come back from Fulton County, Georgia to have your jury trial. But the stipulations that you agreed to is that, yes, a rock was thrown through the window. What it says,
Yes, I didn't throw a rock through a window, but the charges, I mean, the circumstances, I was taking the plea deal because
so
I
you're
didn't
saying you
want to
didn't
go.
break a window.
No, I wasn't. It
So
was
how
an
did the child
argument
get
and
cut
I
underneath
left.
the eye?
I never was there for that. I don't know. But that's not the first time that we had to replace a window because she threw something through the window months prior to that. So I don't know if she did that when I was not there, but I never threw a rock through the window. I wanted to make that clear to the court that I did not do that.
All right. So you've made it clear to the court. Then it sounds to me like you should go forward with a jury trial because you're saying it didn't happen.
Do that.
So what are we pleading to?
No contest.
Yeah, but the police report is saying that you threw a rock through a window, and that's how the child ended up with a laceration under his left eye near the outside corner and high on the left cheekbone. They say they photographed the scenes. So there's no doubt that this child had a laceration. He's one. He had a laceration under his eye. Somebody caused the laceration under his eye, be it recklessly or intentionally. You're saying it wasn't you, so it sounds like you need a jury trial.
I don't.
You want to
I just
discuss it
wanted
with your
this.
attorney?
No, I had discussed it with him, but I just this
Here's
whole
the thing.
process.
I am not accepting a plea bargain agreement. I understand what people saying they're not fighting the charges against them, but you're saying you didn't do it. You're saying you didn't break a window. This entire case is about a window being broken, a rock being thrown through a window, and the window breaks, and a 1-year-old ends up with the laceration beneath his eye. You're saying you didn't throw a rock, you didn't break a window. That is completely different from I'm not fighting the charges against me. So sounds like people want a jury trial. Is that what this is, Mr. Pelt?
Mr. Harris has indicated that he doesn't want to have a jury trial, but he is also saying that he didn't do it. So he wanted to do the plea and accept the 2 years deferred. And I understand the contradiction that we have here, Judge.
Yes. So it sounds like you all need a jury trial. because this is not your normal no contest plea. He is saying 100% he didn't do it.
I understand, Judge.
So we'll schedule for a jury trial.
We can do that, Judge.
All right, what date?
If I can get with Mr. Harris to find out what his calendar is like with respect to the any obligations he may have and what the court's current schedule is for trials.
Oh, I'll give you a schedule. Norma, can you set this in December, please? State, how long do you expect this trial to last?
2 days.
All right, it's 2 days. All right, we'll come back on December 2nd for jury trial.
Judge, I have a mediation that day.
All right, we'll put you on the, we'll still set it for December 2nd and we'll take you up on the 3rd.
Okay, Judge.
Thank you.